Hi, my name is Richard Bourne, and today I'd like to talk to you about MailAdviser. MailAdviser is an elegant, easy-to-use data loss protection tool. We developed MailAdviser due to a data breach that occurred when a New Zealand government employee sent a classified document by mistake to a local newsroom. It inspired us to build MailAdviser to help protect people from making a similar mistake in the future. MailAdviser works with an Outlook, so it does some pre-analysis of messages after the user has hit send and advises them if there's some aspect of the email that needs to be brought to their attention. They then have the option to hit send and it can go on its way, or hit cancel and alter the message. There are two components to MailAdviser. There's a central controller, which has all of the policies, and then there's the Outlook add-in, which does the analysis of messages. I'd like to now demonstrate MailAdviser to you. So, this is my normal email client, Microsoft Outlook, and you'll see in the ribbon is MailAdviser. So what I'm going to do is create a message and demonstrate how MailAdviser works. So I click on the link to create a new message. Now the first thing to bear in mind is that MailAdviser categorizes a recipient in one of four types of recipients. There's a local recipient, someone within your organization. There's a secure recipient, that's somebody who uses the New Zealand Government CMail secure email system. There's a trusted recipient, and we mean trusted as somebody who may receive an email unexpectedly, so the Chief Executive's personal email address. And the fourth type of recipient is a general public recipient. So I'm going to go through those now. So firstly, I'm going to send an email to one of my colleagues, Nick. And you'll see immediately in the ribbon, it's showing me that I'm sending this to a local recipient. If I was to send it to a Nick at IRD, our Inland Revenue Department, the system knows that they're going to be going securely. So it's a dark blue showing you that Nick at IRD is going to be going securely. If I then choose CEO at gmail.com, you'll see it's changed it to a blue icon, demonstrating that it's going to a trusted recipient. And lastly, we've got Nick at gmail.com, which is a public recipient, which could be any address. So you'll see we've got the four different types of recipients. We've got Nick, who's a local recipient, Nick at IRD, which is a CMail secure recipient, CEO at Gmail, which is a trusted recipient, and Nick at Gmail, which is a public recipient. Now if I carry on with my message, I'm going to add an attachment. And now I'm going to send my message. And what happens is that you'll see I'm hitting send. MailAdviser will analyze the message and pop up a little window because it's found something it wants to bring to my attention. And in this case, it's saying that I've included an attachment and I'm sending it to a public destination. And that's because I'm sending this MailAdviser operations manual to nick at gmail.com, which is an external recipient, and has advised me and is asking me, do I really want to do this? Now I have the option to hit send and the message will go on its way, or I can hit cancel and edit the message. MailAdviser can also analyze the content of the message. So for example, if I take a credit card number and put it in my email and hit send, the MailAdviser pop-up window not only shows me that the message includes an attachment being sent to a public destination, but also that it's detected a credit card number in my email and it shows me the number there. Another example of this would be an IRD number. Again, if I have that in my message, you'll notice that MailAdviser, the pop-up window, shows all three. So it only comes up once and it tells you everything you need to know about the concerns it has with the email you're about to send. And again, it shows me the credit card number and the IRD number here at the bottom. Now there are some instances where you may want MailAdviser to stop someone sending a message altogether. So I'll just remove the credit card and IRD number. And I've created an address called dodgy@gmail.com. And if I hit send, you'll see now that MailAdviser has detected the fact that I'm trying to send to a dodgy address, and the send button has been grayed out, so I cannot actually send the message at all. Another example of this would be, if I was to remove this address, is that you can create a classification for an email. And I've created some classifications, some based on the CMail government secure email system, but in this case I've also created a classification called internal. So I press on its internal, you'll see that it's added the word internal in square brackets to the subject. And if I try to send, MailAdviser will prompt me saying this email can only be sent to local recipients, and once again the send button is greyed out. It's worth noting that if I was to forward that to somebody else in the organisation and they were to send it and they had MailAdviser, MailAdviser would stop them from forwarding that out of the organisation. MailAdviser could also do some analysis on incoming messages. So I'm going to navigate to some previously received emails to show you. First of all is a thing called sender source. What happens is that MailAdviser can tell you where the message arrived from. So for example, you saw before I sent a message to Nick. Well, if Nick sends me a message and I have it in my inbox, you'll see in the ribbon it tells me that it's come from a local source, so I know that I can trust that. If I look at a message from a colleague at DIA, that's the Department of Internal Affairs, then you'll see here that it's coming from a secure source. Or if I get a message from my accountant, it's coming from a public destination. That's called sender source, just to give the end user some understanding of where the message is coming from. MailAdviser is also able to do phishing protection, and that's where an email comes in with a link which encourages the user to go to a site which they may not intend to go to. An example of this is I've got a reminder here from my credit card company, ANZ, and this is the standard message which I get from them, and you'll see it is as you would normally expect from your bank. But I've altered it slightly to give you this example. So if I go to this other message which looks very similar, you'll see MailAdviser will pop up with a warning telling me that it's detected a link in the message which it hasn't seen before. And I've changed this link to www.anz.dodgy.com. And because I haven't seen this link before, MailAdviser is warning me that that may not be quite as you think it is. Now, if I think that link is okay, I can click on the don't show me this again, and I won't see that prompt for that domain ever again. Another example of protection is spear phishing protection. And that is where an email is sent to a senior manager in the organisation asking them usually to pay money to somebody in a hurry. And there have been many cases where people have been caught out by this event. And I've got an example here where I've sent a message and I've used my personal Gmail account, which is not recorded within MailAdviser. And because MailAdviser doesn't recognize that email address, it's popped up a warning saying this email looks like it's coming from an unexpected source and may be dodgy. Another aspect of MailAdviser I'd like to show you is the controller. The controller has a comprehensive set of configurations. I'll just point out a few of them. The first one is related to Active Directory. MailAdviser supports Active Directory groups, so you can have a different set of policies for different set of users. You may have your HR team having a completely different set of policies than your IT team. All messages you see in the ribbon or in the pop-up are all configurable, so you can change those to be anything you would like, indeed even including a different language. The other setting is classifications. You'll see here the classification I used earlier, which was internal. There are a number of other classifications you can choose as you wish. You can specifically specify recipients you want to block. And you remember I put in dodgy.gmail.com and I've set that in there. An important aspect of MailAdviser is content triggers. You'll see here that there's the credit card and ID number. You can set any content trigger you need based on regular expressions. And that means if you can match any regular expression entry within an email, you can have MailAdviser prompt a warning. So if you've got a client number or some other aspect of your business that you want to make sure that a user knows about, has a pop-up. If that appears in an email, then you would enter it here as a regular expression. And you'll see there's also the phishing and the spear phishing configuration settings. And there are many others. So there you have it. MailAdviser is an elegant, easy to use data loss protection tool. which will help you and your users from making unnecessary mistakes. Now don't take my word for it. We did a survey of all of our users and discovered that 1 in 5 times when the send protection window comes up on the screen, people hit cancel. So we know that MailAdviser is protecting people from making mistakes. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to evaluate MailAdviser yourself, please feel free to download a copy of MailAdviser from our website, www.livertonsecurity.com, and try it out for yourself. And of course, if you have any questions, please do contact us. Thank you for listening.